So I have a couple 3D printers, and I use them a lot, but there is some time in between projects where they're not doing anything. A few years back, I started an online shop where I could sell my 3D prints, keep my machines busy, and maybe make a bit of money. Because the last thing I want is for my machines to get more sleep than I do. And it was working pretty good. April 5th this year, Etsy sends me a notification. In some of my newer videos, I've been leaving my print shop in the description, just to show it to more people and maybe bring in some more customers. But this customer brought in was unlike any other I've had. We exchange emails and we spend about a week going over the project. This was the project. This is hard to explain. Pretty much it's just a backpack that's going to go on the back of a mannequin with some ratchet straps. And what it does is it lifts the mannequin's arms from a horizontal position to a vertical position. Both arms super fast. The main part here, this is what straps down to the mannequin, and then the arms here get strapped down to the mannequin arms. And with the initial design complete, it was time to start building version 1. And with the motor crisis averted, we can finally test. But there were a couple more complicated issues that came with using cheaper wiper motors instead of the proper hobbyist motors. The first issue was an electrical issue. If you've ever worked with wiper motors before, you might know that the DC negative is shorted to the motor frame, which is not a big deal if the motors are running in the same direction like they do in a car. Except for my application, the motors are running opposite to each other, and to do that on a DC motor, you simply reverse the polarity of one of the motor leads. Although when I did this, both the motor frames were connected together through the main frame. So when I tried to run both motors in opposite directions, it created a circuit like this. I'm glad my power supply had short circuit protection, or I would have had a fire. To fix this, I opened up the motor, desoldered the motor's negative lead, and ran it straight back to the control box, instead of to the motor frame. And then it worked. Except for the other issue, the motor shaft. As it is only designed to work with a very specific bracket, that has an odd shaped cutout that cannot be made on a manual milling machine I have access to, and it cannot be made on my small CNC because it is not strong enough to cut through steel. So my solution was to create a block with an M8 thread, the motor shaft, and a perpendicular M5 thread for the set screw to hold the flat side of the motor shaft to keep it from rotating. But that didn't work. There was so much torque in the motor shaft, it kept backing out the set screw no matter how tight I made it. So the ultimate solution was to have a laser cutout bracket cut out of 3/16 inch thick steel and bent so it'll fit the tolerances and clear some of the bolts. I ended up paying $60 a piece for these, so $120 total to have these made. So looking back, I think I would have saved money going with just the proper motors that had like a standard D profile or keyway instead. Down, up. These are the controls that the user will wear on their arm. It consists of 2 gyroscopes, one here in the wrist and one on the shoulder, and on the wrist you have a battery to supply the microcontroller in this first box. Now this microcontroller is responsible for sending back the IMU data from the wrist and also from the IMU in the shoulder with this separate IMU unit back to the control box for the other microcontroller to make decisions with. Now in between the microcontroller and the battery is this board that I got from Tindy.com, which is a site much like Etsy, and what the board does is it sends a signal out to the power bank to keep it from shutting off. Since a Arduino 33BLE is such a low power device, it can't keep the power bank on, and this board will fix that problem. Now I'm not really sure what's causing that delay in between the rising of the arm, as when I was testing, the microcontroller on the wrist seemed to be plenty fast enough to register with the gyroscope. But when I connected the other IMU unit, the one that goes in the shoulder, it seems to take the microcontroller a few seconds to register what the IMU is reading. And I need the data from both gyroscopes in order to make a proper decision if the arm is actually raised or not. Although I wish the controls could sense faster than they currently are, for its application, the speed seems to be good enough. I don't have a mannequin lying around, but I figured that I should be good enough.
Six and a half hours later.
And yeah, it can throw things. That means it works. And with about 10 weeks of work and everything tested and finally working, it was time to send it out to the customer. I have bigger, more expensive projects coming up soon, so subscribe if you want to see those, and thanks for watching.